Because doggos need love too.
I'm still
So
in
we're
a
gonna go ahead and run
dream,
a quick
snake eater.
Twitch ad here as well. So that should just be a moment. Thank you, everyone.
次のヘイロー5なんですけど、解説者の方が、いらっしゃらないんですけど、誰か解説できる方とかいらっしゃいますか
And welcome back to AGDQ2018. I'm Gassy Mexican. I'll be your host for the next block, coming up with Halo 5 Guardians. Read off some donations here while we get set up with Distro and Halo 5 Guardians. Got a $60 donation from Ryoko TK. Had to donate for that rendition of Snake Eater. She was incredible. I agree with you. That was awesome. Got a $30 donation from Salicious James. Staying up for the Risk of Rain run. Unleash that acrid beast. And just a reminder, we have some incentives coming up. The Burnout Paradise Choose Time of Day. Currently it's 24-minute days in the lead with 652, and just right behind with permanent daytime at 556. So if you have a preference there, feel free to get your donations in. Got a $5 donation from Lavaros. This is my third time watching GDQ, but the first time I've had money to donate during. Good luck to all the runners, and shout out to my Lunar Arctic friends. Once again, coming up, we have Halo 5 Guardians being run by Distro. Getting some setup going on right now. Keep those donations coming, and I'll try to get to as many as I can now and also during the run when we have time. $5 donation from Claire. Hi, been watching these events for a while, but never donated. My grandfather was just diagnosed, and I wish there was more that I could do. Hopefully the money we raise will be put to great use. Thanks to all the runners and everyone working behind the scenes. Just to remind everybody, we did reach the Risk of Rain Monsoon difficulty incentive, so we'll be seeing Risk of Rain, an already hard game, even harder. $10 donation from CK Books. Had to donate for that beautiful rendition of Snake Eater. My highlight of the event so far. Keep up the great work, everyone. We have a $100 donation from Phil64. Watched every GDQ live, and it has always been great. Have a $20 donation from Not That Droid. It's always awesome to watch my favorite game of all time and contribute to a good cause. My mom just won her fight against cancer, and I wish that with events like this one, we will be able to cure this disease that has taken too many of us. Keep up the good work. You should be awarded the title of Big Boss. We have an anonymous donation with $150. Thank you so much. Just a reminder, too, we still have the Super Mario 3D World final level character incentive. Currently, Luigi is out in front with $904, Toad behind with $125, and Peach at $62. So if you have a preference there, get in your donations if you want Toad to be the last character. A $5 donation from Dakota. Gassy Mexican 2 days in a row. Awesome. Also, I'll double my donations if you can convince Anthony to donate. $150 donation from Anonymous. Really enjoyed the sniper boss fight. I think we all did. That was a great run. All right, it looks like we're just about ready to go, so without further ado, Halo 5 Guardians run by Distro. Take it away.
Oh, 始まるようですね。
So, Halo 5 Guardians on the legendary difficulty, which is the hardest one in the game. Time starts after I skip a cutscene, so in around 10 seconds, it would be nice if you could get a countdown. You can count down now. Okay, at go then. 3, 2, 1, go.
始まりました。Halo は FPS ゲーム。
Alright, so you saw the sword getting, well, stuck in the elite, and the game, for some reason, puts it back behind you, but it's a depleted sword. That's the only depleted sword you can pick up in the game.
そのなん
And the
か
speedrun,
喋
whenever you
れ
see
な
a
いんです
sword,
け
you
ど
try to take it because it gives you 20% faster movement speed. It also makes it easier to avoid enemy fire.
FPS でいい
So
や
Halo 5 introduces a lot more movement mechanics that Halo 4 and earlier didn't have. We have infinite sprint, which Halo 4 didn't have. We also have a thrust that you're seeing him do now, which you pretty much do on cooldown. You see the cooldown indicated by a small little triangle in the top right corner. You also have an aerial ground pound and a hover that you can do. And you're going to see a lot of that coming up really shortly here.
All right, so coming up is the first big skip of the game. Already. You see this cannon is scripted to spin, and if we jump precisely, we will get launched up in the air like that. And welcome to Halo 5 speedrunning. You're gonna get way more of this
え、壁
and other things.
壁抜けましたね
So this skips a big, huge combat section in the last room. What we need to do is go into this room and press a button. We can press it from out of bounds, and by being close to the button when it's pressed, we don't have to wait that long for the next aerial to load. So we're going to wait here for a load, and then clamber up onto this ledge, and then quickly get into the next room as it's loading.
If you go too slow, you soft lock. If you go too fast, you get warped back inside and lose time because you have to wait for the door to open. And coming up is another launch, and this one is significantly harder. So if I mess it up a few times, it's normal, it's to be expected. I'm just hoping for a good checkpoint because it can be slightly random. It's the thing about Halo game. Oh, I got the. That's okay. Yeah, I'll take that. It's the same idea as the first one, except it's more precise and significantly harder. We'll see what happens. And we good. So far, let's see what happens now. These launches skip a bunch of
なんか
fighting,
大
which is
ジャ
very
ンプした
convenient
後になん
and
かう
legendary,
ま
as
く
you
や
can
ると
imagine.
壁抜けしていくみたいですねこれ
And we drop back in bounds from here. Hit the low trigger here, and Orlon will explain what's coming up.
なんかまだ全く
Okay, so the
打っ
last
て
part of
な
this
い
mission is a big enemy clear. There's a few knights, which are a little bit different from Halo 4. Halo 4, they were kind of just damage sponges. In this game, they have pieces of their armor that you have to break off in order to hit their exposed face or back. So we're going to be trying to do that on every single knight in this room. There's also a bunch of grunts and elites and crawlers, which are these little dog forerunner enemies. And once we get through this final clear, we'll get a small little bit of dialogue, and then the mission will be over. So we're going to throw some grenades down here, snipe the rest of the enemies, the elites, and just pick off crawlers as they come.
There's some ways to quick kill these knights, those black enemies. They have heavy armor. You see they have those orange cores to the side. If you shoot one of them down, they go through a raging animation which exposes their face. First I try not to die, hopefully. You should be fine. Alright. Exposes their face. And if you hit it, instantly die. And that was Osiris.
We move on Halsey and Jewel.
で敵を倒して
Alright,
次
you
の
will
ステージ
notice that
です
I
ね
have a cutscene I'm going through. It's because I'm playing the unpatched version of the game. He will explain more about that very soon. However, there's some cutscenes when you enter level. If you hold A and Y while going into the cutscene, you can skip them. However, there's some unskippable ones, like this one. And we're entering blue team, and Oro will explain about the different characters you play in the game and some of the mechanics.
So this is the first and one of 3 missions that you actually play as Master Chief in this game. Master Chief is a little bit different than Spartan Locke, who you play through the rest of the missions. Master Chief moves basically a little bit clunkier than everyone else. He falls a little bit faster when he's hovering, and he just is a little bit more weighty overall.
You see me doing a really hard out of bounds trick. The lamp jump at the beginning was actually much harder than it looks, and I got first try, thankfully. And I'm gonna jump around the pillar here. There's an invisible wall, it's actually much harder than it looks. And I'm out of bounds.
で
And you can see,
壁
second out
抜
of
けを
bounds,
渡
oh
し
actually
て
third one,
出
in a
ま
very
すね
short
これ
time. This game is broken. In a good way. I hit a bunch of triggers, so I take a certain pathing here. You see the enemies alerted, means I got the
ゲームイズ
trigger.
ブロークって言ってます
It's very
ゲー
convenient
ム
to
性これ
just
崩
jump
壊して
over
ます
the
よ
roofs.
こ
It's
れ
a lot
も
of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. I have to hit some triggers here. You will see a freeze. That means I got it. Let's see. Got it. Tricky inbound. Ground pound. It's also a new mechanic that you see here. And you tip this whole elevator ride. That's why we do this whole thing. And I'm waiting for a checkpoint here because the next room is filled with enemies. And on Legendary, yeah, you don't want to fight enemies. You just try to run through. And it's going to be fun because instead of just going through the middle and die, if you do something the developers probably did not intend to have in the game, but you can just jump through the wall here.
上のバーがきっと HP バーで1回食らうとも
And if you do this trick
ほぼほぼ
and
う死
don't
にかけ
get
にな
too
るか
much
ら2
height,
発食らうと
you skip
死
an
んでし
enemy
まうの
trigger,
か
and
な
I got it. That means I can just run through here like it's nothing. Coming up, you might see a ramp slide if I get it. I did not get it, but there's way more, so stay tuned for that. Coming up very soon. You're supposed to cross this bridge, and then there's a hunter knocking it down, and you fall down, but we just ground pound down right away, saving time. Alright, so this is the second section of blue team. There's a lot of tunnels. And the enemies come. That was a ramp slide. I'm gonna
上の
explain that
太
very
いゲー
soon.
ジがシールドで下の小さいのが HP な
I
る
have
ほ
to
ど
kill
だからシー
the
ルド
grunts
は
here, and there's two invisible
い
leads
くら
rushing out if I'm lucky.
でも
if
時
I
間を
have
経て
good
ば
RNG, which
回
I
復する
don't,
けど
there's only
HP
one
でなん
rushing
か
out.
そういう
So
ア
try
イ
to
テム
stun
で
the
回
other one,
復し
just
ない
run
の
through and pray to RNGesus, and we got it real life. That's good. Okay, ramp slide. That's an unpatched thing. As I said, I played the unpatched version of the game, and ramp sliding has been patched out.
ヘイロー5の主人
It's
公
some kind of muscle
2人
jump. If you do a thruster
い
slide,
るらしいですね
and then you do a crouch over the ramp with the correct timing, you get one of those. Some kind of power jump, and it doesn't save that much time, but it's really cool. There's some suicide grunts here
で
that want to
主人
kill
公
me,
2
but
人が
they
同時
can't
進
because
行
I'm faster than them.
で FPS だから分かりにくい
Nade spam some enemies,
ムービーも飛ばしてるからもっと分かり
so
に
I
く
can
くな
just
る
run through.
いやでも FPS でやっぱり RT をするって相
Top
当
energy slow, because if you remember
Sorry.
from Osiris, it gives you 20% faster movement speed.
ただただ上手いだけじゃなく
However, there's a second bonus,
video
which we're gonna explain soon. Always gonna explain it soon.
Surrendering Argent Moon.
But for now, I will get into difference of patched and unpatched. We play Legendary full game on unpatched because it's more consistent. They have buffed a lot of the enemies, especially the plasma pistol grunts. They do a lot of damage on the patch version of the game.
常に4
insane
人
difference.
パーティーで
And
行
also
動す
sniper
るけ
jackets
ど
can one hit kill you.
RT じゃ
It's things like that. And there's not a big difference with hunters
壁
and
抜
patched.
けし
And
て
always
相
gonna explain
仲間を置いて
what
き
I'm
ぼり
gonna
に
do
する
now.
から
So hunters work a little bit differently in Halo 5. They
Okay,
typically
fine.
travel in pairs, and when you kill the first one, it enrages the second one. So we're going to be trying to skip that first of all. And they're also vulnerable on their backsides like they are in other Halo games. But there's very specific orange spots on their back that you have to hit
こ
in this
の
game. And it's a
今
little
見え
bit
ている
pickier
の
than
が
it is in
仲
other
間
games.
なのかな
So we're going to be trying to hit them with the sword in the back and finishing them off with melee and carefully conserving sword
なんか
battery.
扉叩いていい
Sometimes the second hunter can go berserk mode, which would be really bad, but it didn't happen. However, I didn't have enough hits to kill him, so I tried to do it differently.
Team, get on
Let's
that
dance.
schematics show a path to the reactor.
They can one-hit kill you pretty much, so it's a bit... Okay,
なんかバッテンが
here we go.
一つ出てるから仲間
You
は
can
一
say, why do
つ
we
死
kill
んで
the
るのか
hunters now? You can just go through. Yes, that's true.
三人で
However, if you don't kill them now, they will come back
戦っているっぽいですね。
during the end fight of this level, which would be really bad. You would have to fight 4 hunters at once. You do not want to do that. This is the reactor room clear. What I'm doing right now is called a noob combo. If I fully charge the plasma pistol, you can take down the shield of enemies and then headshot them with a projectile weapon, instantly killing them like that. There's a certain order in which I kill the enemies here, and jackals on unpatched are lethal. They will instantly melt you if they get a clear shot on you, as opposed to patched. So I'm happy that they are out of the way. However, there's also sniper jackals here that can kill you if I get unlucky. He got one hit on me, and well,
おっと
that's fine.
死んでしまって途中また再スタートですねこれ
Reactor controls are on the far side of the room.
Oh yeah, I should probably mention that the occasional death is completely normal because it's in legendary difficulty. It's still faster to go with the risky strats and do them over a couple of times,
Target the jackal.
because you still save time on average compared to normal strats, safer strats.
でマップの赤いやつが敵なのかレー
So
ダーに
even
映
if
って
this
る
might seem slow, trust me, it really isn't. Okay, let's see. Okay, Oro's gonna explain what I'm doing in the fight now.
Okay, so this control room here is filled with a ton of elites and a bunch of jackals and a few grunts. So we're gonna try to kind of lure them out here and let our team pick them off and help us clear them out. The elites are definitely the focus, and then we're gonna try to clear off a couple jackals that are still in the room and a few straggling grunts. And then we're gonna press a button that's gonna lower an elevator to the next section. This would also be a good time to explain the squad mechanic in this game. Most other Halo games, you're alone for a lot of the journey. In this game, you always have 3 AI-controlled team members, and they're controlled by your friends if you're playing co-op. But they always follow you around, and if you see him mark an enemy with a little red outline, that's basically directing his teammates to attack that target, or if you see a yellow arrow on the ground, he's directing them to that spot. And careful direction of your teammate does really help speed a lot of things up. Obviously, they're AI controlled, so they aren't super reliable, but
全くわからん。
it's better than if we didn't have them.
とりあえず
So
今
you will
敵
notice
を
that there's
倒
two
し
kind of
て
elites. It's the blue ones
なんか
who have low shields
Mission
and the golden
Class
ones which have
Station.
more shield. And they're way more dangerous because they need the full EMP charge from the plasma pistol and 2 shots to the head before they die. But thankfully we got that out of the way. And now that enough enemies are dead, I push the button and I'm gonna wait for the loading here. Scouting for plasma grenades, I see one.
We can stop that.
Alright, so Halo 5 has a mechanic that if you're on an elevator or something, it triggers to start, and you're not on it anymore, it's gonna warp you back after a while.
さっき倒れていた仲間が言ってましたけど、
So very
復
random.
活したみた
I
い
use
で
that
す
to。pick up grenades. So it's very convenient to pick up some ammo too. The next area is an open space area. There's 2 buttons on the opposite sides of the map, of this area. And we choose the one that is more convenient for the speedrun and faster.
How do we stop it?
Because you only have to
で
push one of the
こ
two.
のエリアは宇宙空間みたいな
Jets, get the
こと言ってましたね。
So after we push this button,
だから少し
there's 8 vents we have to destroy, and
重力とか
5 of those
少な
we get on foot with the Fury cannon. 1, 2, 3, 4. A bit trickier, 5, and the rest with the Banshee.
乗り物
Just
に
maneuvering
の
around so I don't get
Yeah.
EMP'd, which would
ターゲットを破壊してま
pretty
す
much
ね。
stun me for a bit and I just fall and die most of the time. You can see me go out of bounds here. Yes, that's a thing. You can just fly through there and you're out of bounds.
で、
And for some reason, they've
ま
never
た
patched that. Of all the
壁
things that
抜けを
they've
し
patched,
てい
that's
っ
still in the
て
patched version of the game.
I'm going to have to wait for
Okay.
dialogue now, and Ori's gonna explain the fight here.
Find the nearest
Okay, so this is
Daniel.
probably one of the most notorious clears of this entire run, even on easy. This is a huge slog filled with a bunch of elites, a bunch of jackals, a bunch of grunts, a couple hunters. Everything is very
後期で
sequential and predictable.
戦艦の中
But
入
if
り
you
ま
miss
した
a
ね。
single thing,
引いてますね
it gets out of control really quickly, especially on Legendary. So we're going to take out these first couple enemies here. It's very important that we park the Banshee up here in a very specific spot. There are 2 hunters that'll drop down into this room, and this blocks one of them from being able to enter the fight. And we have to kill basically every single enemy in this room that spawns in order to leave and finish the mission. So we're going to pick off a few enemies here before pressing a button that starts the final defense sequence.
I'm currently looking for the sword, and I don't know whether
I
they
didn't
dropped
see
it.
where it dropped.
I saw it where it dropped, but I might have deloaded. If that happens, don't worry, we have backup strats, but marathon luck. Let's see. Also, these grunts are very scary. They have fear rod cannons. They can instantly kill you if they get a clear shot on you. Yeah, I think
I
it
am not
deloaded.
seeing it, yeah.
Backup strats. It's gonna make the clear significantly harder, but you know, we got this.
launch controls are here.
Now I do a bunch of spawn killing. There's 2 jackals dropping down here. 1, 2, 2 here, 1.
おー出てくるところを狙
Can I
撃
switch
し
the
て
weapon?
例に撃ってますね。
Try to kill the jackals because they're really lethal. I do not want to fight them. This room has a million jackals, okay, not literally, but quite a lot of them, and even one is enough to absolutely melt you. And And you can see the hunter is blocked there, and he's eventually gonna die because the game doesn't know what to do with him. It's because the Banshee is blocking him.
最新のゲームで壁こんなにガワガワなのってまあいくらでもありますからね、ガワガワなゲーム。
Alright, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with the hunter. Let's
この
see.
ゲーム一武器以外ヘッドショット判定ないから大変。わざわざヘッドショットを狙わなくてもいいっていう考え方があるけど、RT 的に一発で倒した方がいいか
I
ら
got fear what did I think? No, it
ヘ
was a
ッドシ
hunter.
ョットをしていきたい。
There's a revive mechanic in this
これは
game.
ダウン。
Lucky my teammates are around to heal me, but I'm not.
これは死んでは
Checkpoint isn't too bad.
やり直しましたね。
It's mostly the fact that I don't have the sword, which makes this clear much harder. Alright.
Blue team, on my
And you will see the hunter die now, because the game just doesn't know where to drop him. There we go.
実弾武器はヘッドショット判定があるが、プラズマ武器。これ、
I'm
今
gonna ignore
撃
the
ってる
hunter
やつ
for
はちょっ
now,
とプラズマ。
because there's some elite spawning here. I will try to backsmack
そ
them,
のヘッドショッ
and
ト
Oro
判
will
定。
explain what that does exactly in Halo.
So
間に合
backsmacks
え
in
ば
Halo are just
仲間
instant
を回復
kills.
してくれる。
It's
さ
actually
っき
really
のダウン
kind of
が
picky in this game. We deliberately leave
間に合えば。
the ability to
で、
assassinate
間に合わな
enemies
かっ
on
たからリスタ
for
ー
one
トを選
thing
ん
later
だ
on in the run.
っていう話でした
So
ん
you
です
have
け
to
ど。
make sure to not hold the right bumper too long in order to keep the assassination animation from happening, which would waste a good chunk of time.
I'm mostly worried about the hunter who has to die. I think he's super weak by now. He should
下
die
にいるのがボスなのかな、これは。倒すべきだ。
soon. Let's see.
レジェンドだから
Okay,
雑
could have been
魚
much,
も
much
しっかり
worse. I'm
倒
happy
して
about
おかないと、
Should have seen this during practice. It was a
自分がやられ
train
る。
wreck. But we good. We got the loading done. That means all enemies up to like 1 or 2 grunts are dead. And we have time for donations now.
All right. Got a $20 donation from Jet Boogeyman saying, "Hey Distro, fellow Halo runner here. We're all rooting for you. Good luck on the run, and thank you to everyone involved in making this amazing event happen."
I tried to warn you this was happening.
Have a $50 donation from Supika. "I love Halo. You go, Distro."
全くゲームのストーリーがわからないです
A
ね、これ。
$25 donation from
とりあえず
BKPA
何
Guy.
か問
Have
題
you
が
ever
起きて
eaten
るか
at
なんか
Distro's
し
Bistro?
ている
I
か
hear it's
ら
good and fast. Good luck, Distro. Did somebody say HaloRuns.com?
Did somebody say Halo runs.com?
I thought I heard it.
Okay, that didn't really.
He's missing a tooth, it's fine.
I'll just add it. It's fine. We still have time for more donations. There are some for like 2 or 3
こ
donations.
れはどこかの惑星に着地しようとしている。
Got an anonymous $343, and they say, "Have you gotten your organic employer to match your donation? Splendid. Shall we?" And a $6 donation from Deflated Dolphin. "Hey Distro, let's get Warden first try. Good luck."
Oh yeah, we'll see about that.
Well, he's gonna get it anyway.
If there's one more, we still have time for that.
マスターチーフ主人公がドクターコードをしてどっか行ったから
"Hey
ド
Distro,
ック
good luck and have a good run.
っていう
You are
新
the
主人
best."
公情
Alright,
情報
so
省の
first of all, thanks to
エージェン
everyone.
トがチーフを追いかけてる。
The people of Meridian Station need our assistance.
あ
And thanks for
ー
donating
主人
for a
公
good
が
cause.
新しい主人公を追いかけ
Okay,
てい
so
る
this section
っていう
coming up,
ストーリー。
in the casual playthrough you have 2 ways to do it. Either you kill all the enemies, or you shoot the generator down, then the gate opens. In the speed run, we don't do either of those. We do something completely different. We just run through here, hopefully not dying. But we should be fine. We go kinda out of bounds-ish here, but it's not really an out of bounds, I would say. However, now we're going really out of bounds. An invisible wall here that we thrust into, and it launches up in the air. And we're out of bounds. We have to hit the low trigger in the mid-air. Let's do that. And then jump on this lamp. We went inbounds for like 2 seconds in midair.
また
Isn't
なん
that
か
great?
すごい
And
と
now
ころ
once
登ってます
again,
ね
Halo 5. And now we conveniently ground pound to a Warthog that is in the best possible spot ever for the speedrun. Isn't that
登っ
amazing?
て機械に乗っ
There's a
て
cool trick coming up. I'm going to park the
とりあえず
Warthog
奥
diagonally
に進ん
aligned
で
to
いるよう
the
ですね
gate coming up. You might wonder, why would you do that? That makes no sense whatsoever. Well, there's a broken mechanic here. If you sprint jump and thrust on an angle like that,
で
it launches you up in the air. And we skip the gate, saving over a minute.
ゲートを抜けてまた車に
And
乗り
because we did the
込ん
out
で
of bounds, because we did the out of bounds at the very start of the level, there's 2 things that could happen here. Goo
敵は
load
コ
or
ブ
goo
ナント
deload.
残
And I
党
got the
と
goo deload, which is good.
で
What does that
敵は
mean?
コブ
Why
ナン
goo
ト残
deload?
党
What
と
kind of
か
name is that?
昔
If you look at
栄
the
え
end
た
there,
文明が残し
the
た兵器
textures look gooey. And why deload? Because the area
意
is
外とこ
unloaded.
の
And that's good, and you will
幅
see
がす
why
ぎてちょっ
very
と
soon.
あれですね
Also, if you like the tank in Halo, then
本当だ
enjoy
っ
the
たら
ride
ど
because
何
this is
か
the
ロ
only
ック
place
解
in
除
this
しな
game
きゃい
where
け
we
ない
actually
ん
use
で
it.
しょうけどな
I'm
んか
going to
隙
use a
間があったら
mechanic
いいっす
where if I go
入
into
れる
the
みたいな感じ
tank and then assign my teammates to go inside and I go to another vehicle,
Private security for a front.
the game is scripted to teleport them to me. However, that doesn't always work, so let's pray to RNGs right now, that's
ちょっと
gonna
一
work.
回
You
フ
just
ラ
take
グ
the
か何
hog,
か
which
で
is
一
faster,
回
and
乗
the
っ
tank
てこっ
should
ちの方
teleport
が
to
早い
us.
からそれでいく
As I
っていう
said,
話
it's random. We'll see what happens. Hoping for the best. You see the areas deload, that's the
人
good
類宇宙
deload.
海兵
I
隊
spawn in a wave that spawns into nothingness and just dies. And then I load the area. However, it's still gooey. It's just Halo 5.
見えな
It's
い
great. That's
抜けられない
how
壁よ
it
り
works.
見えてて抜けれる壁を
And I think I got the tank teleport.
そりゃ RTA で
Yeah,
ね
I got it. That's
お
perfect.
おこれ抜けるって言われたらもう抜けるしかないですからね
And for this section, Oro will explain what's gonna happen.
Okay, so
と
this is
ヘイ
another
ロ
big
ー
end of level
123
enemy
で
clear.
敵
This is going to be a lot
敵
more
だっ
spawn
た
killing.
やつら
There's
の
a
エイ
bunch of
リアン連
soldiers,
合
a couple
っていうのが
knights.
コブナントらしい
You
です
actually have
ボッ
some
コボコにされて
neutral
バラバラになっ
assistance here.
てだから
Kind of
連合を
ends
作
up
って
helping
戦
sometimes.
ってんのが
Depends on how
主人
good
公
the
です
sniper up in the tower is. You obviously have your
あ
teammates here
遅
to
いで
help
す
as
ねこ
well.
の戦車
The nice thing about these spawns is since they're Promethean enemies, they have these
強
big
い
purple balls that telegraph where they are. These spawns are always in the same place, but you have a nice big indicator of where to aim your shot. And usually the Scorpion tank's splash is enough to kill everything. Knights do take 2 shots from the Scorpion tank on Legendary.
リスポ狩りし
So
て
you
ますね
can't just shoot them once and hope that that's enough.
Alright. So I pretty much just spawn kill every enemy here. They spawn in a very certain pattern. I can't kill all of them because they don't all spawn separately. Some of them spawn together.
プロメシアンっていうのがいて機械っぽいやつコアランナーっていう超古代文明の作ってる基本的にはこの勢
And I
勢
think
力は
I'll
うちの
try
前
to
コブナンとプロメシアンでこの主人公たちの勢力があって
We have
水
$117
の燃え
from
て戦っていくからなんか
Super
すご
Siege
い
Bug. Hey
複雑な
AGDQ, Super Crash Bug
話
here,
になってそ
and
う
I
ですね
absolutely had to donate during Halo 5, since Halo is my favorite FPS franchise of all time. To
全
honor
く
Master
壊れ
Chief's
そうに
appearance
な
in
い
this awesome games done quick,
この選手
here's 117. My parents are cancer survivors, and they're just as tough as any Spartan, too. Save the galaxy, kill the Warden, eternal.
Alright, so I took a lot of damage, which is not good. However, we can still salvage this. You just should be careful not to take much more because it's getting to start to look a little bit risky. But if it's burning, it's not bad. If it starts beeping, I'm gonna go in panic mode. Well, not really, but you get my idea. For now, I think we should be fine.
Take that soldier down.
Getting spawn control again.
Move, double time.
Okay, so it's the last wave coming up. It's 2 knights, one to the
とりあ
left,
えず
one
の
to the
これ
right,
は
as Zoro mentioned.
出てくる敵を
Take two hits
まあ
to kill.
片っ端から倒して
I
耐
just
久
damage the
し
first
て
one,
い
my
るって
teammates take
感
him
じなの
out
かな
because I assigned them to do that.
いや
Gotta
普
take
通
out
に
the
やったら
other
これ
one.
絶対面白い
And that's the end of
と思いま
class.
すね
There's
た
a
だ
cool trick that we
Xbox
don't use in the speedrun, unfortunately, but
1
which has
の
been
ゲ
patched
ームな
out.
ので
It's called multi-shot.
みんなやっぱ
You can shoot multiple
どうしても
bullets at the
Xbox
same
は
time.
と Xbox 民が少ないから知名度が低いっていうのがあるかもしれないですね。
Alright,
僕も
so
これ
that
知らな
was
かったです
lost. Coming up is Meridian Station, which is an auto-scroller. That means that we can't really speed it up, we just have to talk to Marines or people at a certain time after dialogue is
次
done.
の
However, well, there's 3 obstacles in the game. However, this is the longest one. This one is 3 minutes long. But
箱を手に入れる
since
と
3
ころか
minutes
ら会
is
うべ
boring,
き
we're
だ
gonna do some cool tricks
じ
here.
ゃあ Xbox
And it's actually risky
RTA
because I
を始
can
めま
dive
しょう。
by doing the first one. So let's hope
イエ
it
ロー
doesn't
シリーズは
happen.
面白い理由からやり
If it does, not a big deal. It's totally worth it.
あ、これを見る限
You
り
know, gotta have some fun.
面白そうで
This
すね。
marine is on a cycle. He always goes to the right one, which forms an invisible wall. You
他に
can see I
箱
can
で
walk in there.
遊ぶソフ
And
ト
then
で
he
すか。
walks back to the
そうで
left.
すね。レアリプレ
And
イ
he
っ
walks
て
back to
言
this
っ
guy.
て、
And
レ
if
ア
I
車
squeeze
の
myself in between of them while the wall is forming,
数
it's gonna
と
result
か
in
そういう
a
のが詰まった
potentially
のがあるん
really
で、
cool pressure
もし
launch,
よか
but
ったら
I will see if I get it or not.
そういうの
This
で
is
も
not
面
part
白
of
い
the
と思いま
speedrun,
す。
but this is still really cool. If I get it.
お、
あ、
飛んだ。
there we go. As you can
飛ん
see,
だ。 え、
can
あ、
go really
亀抜き
high.
した。
And you will notice Halo 5 does
どういうこと？
not have a fall timer. You can
ああ、こ
fall
れただ
infinitely
た
with
だ
nothing.
単に遊んでたって
And
いう
there's
話
another
か
cool thing that I still have time to show off. If you push this machine's button 11 times,
Of course, Governor. My apologies.
5,
For another Spartan
6,
fire team.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
なんと箱1のマスターチーフコレクションを買うと1から4のリマスタ
Let's
が
talk
全部
about
入っ
the US right now.
ているというわけでね、皆さん Xbox One を買ってマスターチーフコレクションを買いましょう。ハローが1から4まで入っ
I'm
てい
gonna
るらし
get
いで
back
す
to
リ
this
マスター
ball
版で。
very soon. I have to talk to the people now.
さっきのサッカーは何だったんだろう。
There's going to be a
Ball
small dialogue
ball.
skip here on the second Marine that he talks to. As soon as he triggers the dialogue, he's going to thrust back, and that's going to kind of overlap the text or the dialogue.
とりあえず今街なのかな。
And there's a fun fact about this ball. It's a silver coated
なん
patch
か
version of the game.
この
and
ゲーム
looks
こ
like
こ
this
だ
is
け
the
見てる
unpatched
と
version
なん
of
か
the
違
game.
うゲー
I
ム
have
に
no
見え
idea
ます
why,
ね。
but it's pretty cool. And you can score a goal here. Come on.
ゴール。あ、会話イベント。なるほど。じゃあもう RTA だ
And
った
now
ら
we
イ
have
ライ
time
ラ
for a
タイムです
donation
ね。
too.
Sure thing. We have a $100 donation from Anonymous saying, Halo 5 Guardians was my first major game I got to work on in the industry. I wanted to get into the games industry in hopes of making the world a little bit better of a place through this
調べ
awesome
た感
interactive
じだ
medium we all
と、
love. To see it being run in
Halo
GDQ is incredibly humbling and
って
super
読
fun to
む
see it
ら
broken
し
in
い
all
です
sorts
ね
of
この
creative
ゲ
ways.
ームは。
Lost several loved ones to cancer,
まあ
and
ハ
I
ロ
want to
ー
thank the
ハロー
runners,
って言ってもいい
organizers,
と
viewers, donators, advocates, researchers,
やめとこう
anyone
適
who's
当な
fighting
発
the
言
good
は
fight against cancer. Good luck, Distro.
一応なんか直前に
Thank
調
you
べ
very
た
much.
ん
We
で
have
す
time
けど
for
ヘイロ
one more. I
ー出
would
てまし
say.
たね。
Gotcha. Another $100 donation from Scala1. Halo has been my GDQ highlight.
ヘイ
It's
ヘイローは
awesome to see it finally to see
傑作ですね。
H5 finally make its appearance. Shout out to the SVP and best of luck on the run distro.
Thank you very much. Sorry.
No worries. Please put this to runner's choice. P.S. Brooks, I'm
で
still
会
waiting
話
for
イ
my
ベ
turtle
ン
trophy.
トが終わってこの星に降り立って
My
ま
round
た
choice is a
ミッショ
Castlevania
ンをこ
run,
な
by
し
the
てい
way,
く
so it's a good incentive. This level is called Unconfirmed. And there's a cool trick coming up, so pay attention now, it's gonna be cool. In around half a minute, if I run fast enough and don't die, obviously, and if I
全く
don't
敵が見えない
miss
け
the
ど
movement
敵が
here, let's see,
消えとこ
should be good. Yes, if I'm fast enough, we can use this pelican as a bridge. Yep, that's a thing. And this death barrier here,
え
so I
そん
have
な
to
と
be
ころ乗
careful.
れるんだすごい
And this skips an enemy low
すごい
trigger,
自由度高い
which is very convenient because I can pick up a rocket launcher and then control when they spawn because I have to actually kill them. Whoops, that's not the rocket launcher. Pretty close though.
おなんかロケットランチャー的なの持ちましたね
I'm gonna spawn kill the enemies now.
リスポギル
You see that the knight is spawning Watcher, and if they spawn a Watcher, you go down like that, and you can shoot them in a very short time frame. It's a really precise shot, so I'm happy I got that. Now there's gonna be soldiers spawning here, which I can hopefully spawn kill. It's looking good so far. Space dogs are in the way. Uh-oh. have to do a backup strat here.
と
That's not the
こ
backup
こで
strat,
ダ
but
ウン
okay.
してしまってリスタートを
That's
し
a good
ました
checkpoint.
ね。
It's perfect.
レジェンドだから被弾するとまず相当まずいんでしょうね。うまく
Okay,
爆発撃つのを
this back
やりなが
backsmack
ら
is Soldier Commando. They're heavily armored, but as explained before, backsmack equals instant kill.
いやー、エイム力ない
And
と
this is
本
the
当
noob
に
combo equivalent for the Promethean
Nah,
soldiers. You
yeah.
can take down the armor with the suppressor or bolt shot, and then just headshot them, and gets rid of them. I think that's it for the clear. If I get dialogue now. No, there's a crow that ran away, most likely. Where is he? Okay. I heard the shot. I don't know where it came
I
from.
think there was a soldier up on the. Oh, okay, that's a problem.
That's the space dogs. They're pretty. I can hear a soldier too, actually.
All clear.
Okay, that's it.
で倒したから
Space dogs like running away. That's
Ni-
sometimes a
Idol
common
na no
theme in
kana?
different levels. We have to wait for dialogue and push the button here. And now we're gonna stack up on ammo. I let my teammates pick up the non-fang sniper. There's some special weapons in the campaign that have some special abilities. The non-fang is a special weapon, but it's the only one in the campaign that doesn't actually have the special abilities like the normal sniper for some reason.
We're looking for access to the mine.
We'll see a couple more of those later.
You think the soldier you're chasing is down
We used some of them in the speedrun.
目標時
I'm
間が
waiting
1
for the
時
gate to
間
open, and
45
I
分
got
ですか
lucky
ら
because the
ね。
soldiers dropped splinter grenades.
今やっと30分が終わったところなので、どのぐらいなんでしょうね。もうストーリー
And in
的
the
には
next。section,
ま
we
だ
have
序
a
盤なのか
couple
な。
of binary rifle soldiers.
まあね、
That's pretty
3
much
分
an
の
enemy
1も終わ
sniper
ってない
Promethean
か
sniper.
ら、まあ、
They can one-hit kill you with that. However, the
基
game is
本的に
balanced. You
3
see
分
the
の
head
1はまだ
flashing
経ってないから。
red like that. You can one-shot kill them.
This entrance bottled up.
Spawn
ちょ
kill,
っとま
spawn
だ序
kill,
盤なのかな。
not spawn
で
kill,
どんどんどんどんい
almost.
きますね。いやー、やっぱ
There we go.
うまいですね、エイム。
And for the rest, there's crawlers jumping down here normally if I have good RNG.
こんな大舞台
Let's
で
find out.
震える気がする。
Yeah, I'll take that. And now we spawn in 2 more soldiers. They're just running here. Spawn kill, spawn kill.
もう切る。かっこいい。もう知り尽くしてるから、切るわけですね。
Governor Sloan, there's a door blocking our way at this location.
I send my teammates to pick up the binary rifles. It's quite convenient.
See any signs of blue team engaged in combat?
Ramp slide coming up if I can get it. Let's see. This stays like 0.01 seconds or something. I don't know, but it's totally worth it. This section is actually really difficult in the casual playthrough, but we have a very specific route. This section is why I started speedrunning the game, because when I had the game, I didn't know anything about the speedrun. Like I knew it existed, but I didn't know the route or anything. And I did a meme race with a Halo 2 runner. I started with Halo 2, and I got destroyed in this room. It took me hours to just get through here. And then the next day,
もうと
I
りあえ
decided
ず
to
もう
come back
失
for
踪
it
してます
and
ね。
try to learn the speedrun.
ま
And I
ず
happened to get
は
the individual level record during that, so
あでもこれだけ動かせるとすごい楽しいだろうなと思いますね、この RTA。
but you can see in the speedrun we just run through, and that's it. This is the world's most obvious skip, one of them. There's an elevator. Why take an elevator if you can just ground pound down? Am I
エ
right?
レベーターはあったけど、なんかスルーしたみたいですね、これ。
Oro is going to explain what's going to happen now.
All right, so we get an encounter with the Warden Eternal here.
あなたは
He's
Xbox を持っている。
pretty
Asa.
tough boss. He spawns a lot of
Ichi
enemies,
Motteiru.
and he's pretty big and
Ni-
scary.
Mo kau shika
He's
nai
got a
wa
big
desu ne.
glowing weak spot on his
Ni-
back. So we're gonna take that
Togarerarenai
out. There's
Xbox.
actually a way you can skip this on easy,
5
but
アクション
it's
で爽
really
快
just
感ある。
too
ス
scary
ライ
on
ドジャンプ
legendary,
で
and
加速。
it takes way too long to set up
なるほど。
safely. So we don't do it on legendary, but just gonna take him out here and wait for some dialogue, and that's gonna be the end of the mission here.
That was the name of the game, as you can see.
やっぱゲームって年を追うとかシリーズ化しているやつってどんどんどんどん
Now we just wait for
Action
dialogue,
yourself,
so we have time for 1 or 2 donations.
面白くなってく
Sure
る
thing.
The warden was protecting
A
the
ヘイ
$20
ローは
donation
古いの
from
で
Bat
いい
Chat.
いいから
Hey Distro,
PC でや
it's
り
been
たい
fun
な。
watching your stream grow alongside the growth of the Halo
Halo
growth of Halo 5 as a speedrun.
ヘイロー5
I'll
で
try to send you
2015
some
年
good RNG when you get
です
to
からね、もう
reunion.
3年前のゲームです。
Sounds good. Okay. So we finished the level here, and you will see me do a save and quit, and that's actually allowed because in the official timing we have some of individual levels. The cutscene and load times are not included. Why do we do that? Because it takes 4 minutes until you can skip that cutscene, and we don't want to wait 4 minutes. The next level starts right away with a skip. As soon as I gain movement control, I'm going to sprint, jump, and thrust. And if I do it correctly, which I see by the Guardian not spawning in the background, let's see. It's looking good. It's skipping an enemy load trigger, so we can just go through the next section. And by assigning once to the Gun Goose and twice to the Warthog, if done correctly, some AI manipulation, I will get Tanaka on the right and Buck on the back. It worked, that's perfect. Why do we want Tanaka on the right? Because she has a long-range precision weapon, and she's the only one in the team that does. So she's going to headshot a lot of the enemies, which is really, really helpful. It doesn't really matter who's in the back, but well, his name is Boxy much as it well. This guy likes to crash into you for some reason. I don't know why, but that's what happens when you don't load any enemies. Normally there would be a fate on Warthog with soldiers inside, lots of crawlers, lots of soldiers, and now we just drive through like it's nothing. And we have time for one donation.
Sure thing. $50 from Pete54. Welcome, Gassy. Hello from Australia. Had a sick day off at work to watch AGDQ today. What's the chance of a berserker scream for the defeat of cancer? I won't do it. I don't want to blow out anybody's eardrums. But thanks for the donation.
Alright, so we're not supposed to take the Warthog into the next clear, but we're speedrunning, so we like to break the game, so we do it anyway. And Nora is going to explain what I'm going to do now.
So this is another one of the scariest clears in Legendary. There's a lot of soldiers, and they just swarm you from every angle. So we're going to be taking the Warthog in here and having the teammates clear out a lot of the enemies as many as possible with the Gauss Cannon here. Then we're going to slowly push our way up. There's a ramp at the end, which is our end point. If we just rush through there, we're just going to get mowed down. So we're going to try to pick off things as we go along here. This is another section where we have a lot of neutral AI assistants, but again, they aren't the most reliable thing in the world, so we kind of have to just hope that we get the assistance that we need.
I'm just trying to survive here, and I think I'm getting good RNG because I'm still alive. It's pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to spawn 2 binary rifle soldiers in here, and so a couple of more enemies. I get the checkpoint, which is really good already. It's already quite a relief. Binary rifle soldiers priority target because they can instantly kill you. We don't want to die. It's bad in this speedrun, also in general. I'm going to try to take out the soldiers here. But my team is actually being very helpful. I'm not used to that. Let's see. After I cross a certain area, there's a bunch of crawlers scripted to just run towards me, so we just nade spam them. Alright, I think that's it. Okay, now a little bit of a trickier section. Oh, there's still a soldier alive. I think I should probably take care of him first, just in case. Also, fun fact, Vale has to be alive in this section, and she's the only one that has to be alive to hit the trigger coming up soon. There's Hydra soldiers. The Hydra launcher is a really strong weapon. It can one-hit kill me, so I'm just dancing around them, trying not to die. It's looking good.
意外と細かいですね、このゲーム。なんか、その、バリケードがなんか壊れるみたいですね。すごい細かい。
So now that every enemy is dead, this gate is going to open. And as I said, I need Veil for the next trigger for whatever reason. That's the only section in the game that works like that. I don't know why. We hit the trigger, which you hear about, you know, which you see because you hit the dialogue trigger. The governor slowly starts talking. And now we have a short time before the gate closes where we can pick up some weapons really fast. And I'm good. I should be walked back now. You can see the window where you can do that is very, very small. The time window. Coming up is an elevator clear, and I think I will let Oro take over now.
So this is yet another big elevator. This game really is a huge fan of elevators. The first wave here is a bunch of watchers and some soldiers and some crawlers. The watchers are a huge point of randomness, as a lot of them will just go behind the center pillar of this elevator, and we
一応
just
これ
don't
最
want
大
that. So we're going to try to direct our teammates around in such a way that they'll clear off a lot of the stuff that we aren't picking off. Once we clear all the soldiers and stuff in here, there's a button that we need to push, which triggers the elevator to start. And then there's going to be 2 waves of soldiers and soldier commandos and crawlers that we need to take out. And then after that, there's a wave of knights. One of those knights is going to be fixed. It's always going to appear in the same spot. And then the other 2 knights are entirely random, so we're going to hope for good spots on those.
By the way, this section is a little bit boring. I don't like this level. However, if you stick around until the next few levels, you're gonna get your mind blown away, I think. There's some really good things coming up.
The end of this level slightly redeems itself as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You're going to get a really good showcase of a lot of what the movement in this game is capable of as far as just getting around.
How do we get the elevator?
Now, in between waves, you see how they push the button. You can only do that after all enemies are dead in the first wave. There's some more waves coming in, and I'm going to stack up on ammo and grenades during that.
We'll find out once we're at the Pelican.
I send my teammates to be ready to team kill. Also, I have splinter grenades, which is important here.
まあよかっ
Because
たら
splinter grenades do area damage, and they last for a while.
AGDQ
So you
で
can just throw them in spawns and
イエ
then
ティ
enemy
とかで
spawn and take some
シ
heavy
ャツを買っ
damage.
てもらえるとチャリティーで
So the goal is to spawn kill
寄
people.
付される直接というか寄付されるのでその収益が
Just nade spam
よ
like
かった
crazy.
ら皆さん買ってください。で軌道エレベーターで今上向かっているらしいですね。
Alright. I think there's one soldier left. Okay. You will see me melee to delay a checkpoint. That is because otherwise if I die,
命令
which I
に
hope
ついて
will
何か
not
言ってるけ
happen,
ど
but if I die, I would get reverted very far back.
わかんないな。
This is just the consistency and safety strat. Whenever I jump or melee, I can't get the checkpoint. But I'm setting up for the next wave now.
There's a difference between running and living to fight another day.
Tanaka's right. Humanity's at our best when we're making something out of nothing. We're tenacious. We'll rebuild as many times as we have to.
Alright, splinter grenades. I'm going to spawn kill a soldier commander that's going to spawn here. Oh, the grenade was a bit early, okay. Wheel down this guy. Headshot this guy.
またでかい一人出しましょう。
Come on. Alright. You can see that I assigned my teammates to take up Hydra launcher. This is why they just do a lot of damage. And it's quite precise when they are used.
先ほどの会話なんか
And
ドンパチ始まって民間人どうす
looking
る
around for the first
Uruset.
Hydra launcher, which
Mm,
on this soldier
Uruset
must have
黙っ
dropped
てろ。
somewhere around here.
っていう話らしいですね。
And splinter grenades. Okay, I don't see the Hydra
だから
launcher.
民
That's
間人を
fine.
巻き込んでのなんか戦闘を
This checkpoint delay is the most important one on this level, I would say. There's a white knight spawning here and 2 randomly spawning black knights. They could spawn here, back there, right there, up there. It's completely random. But the white one is always here.
We'll find the truth about what happened here, and we'll make certain that those who should answer for it do.
Grenade. So
また
white knights, should probably have mentioned it earlier, but white
Skill
knights have more armor than the
してい
black
きま
ones.
すね。
They're much harder to kill. He's supposed to drop an incineration cannon, but he didn't, which is not very good.
強そうな相手。
And I'm going to do the old. Oh, okay. He was supposed to rage, but his animation cancelled. Unfortunately, it happens sometimes if you're unlucky. And I think I see incineration cannon. Never mind, as a scatter shot. I'm going to run away a bit to get some shield back. Let's see.
あそこのなんか光ってる部分を打つといいみたいですね。
Oh, okay, animation cancelled again. That's quite unlucky. We'll be fine though, I think.
Sounds good.
Will Distro survive this fight? Find out after the next donation coming up.
We have $500 from XAltX. Hello, AGDQ. Been a watcher for 3 years and have donated many times. Love Halo and loving this run. Keep it up, Distro.
We have time for 1 or 2 more. I think 1 more.
Sounds good. $50 from Sarkman. Greetings, AGDQ. Donating for my father, a retired Master Chief, so a Halo run seems appropriate time to donate. He's undergoing a bone marrow transplant this month, so we are praying that it is successful. Thanks for doing this event. Love you, Dad.
Alright, coming up is a section we call the Jungle Gym, and I think I will let Oro take this over too.
Okay, so this is going to showcase a little bit more of, what the movement in this game has to offer. There's going to be a lot of clambering, thrusting, pretty much all the new stuff they added in Halo 5 in pretty quick succession. This whole tower is really, really long. It wraps around. There's a lot of stairs. There's a couple enemies littered throughout, but we're just going to climb past a lot of it and straight onto the last section. At the very, very end, there's a Guardian that's going to be sending out pulse waves that are going to knock us down. So we're going to hug the wall as we turn a corner and not get knocked down, and then once we get past a certain point, the rest of the level is just on a timer, so we just do whatever we want. Such as jumping off the level.
I meant to ground pound, but also works.
It's alright.
I think I missed the cutscene skip. That's fine, I'll just load up the next... Oh, I did get it. Okay, that's good. Coming up is a great level. We have Reunion coming up. And Reunion may or may not be broken. Probably may, because we go out of bounds right off the bat. Skipping a button push and some parkouring. And this is really cool because we can walk on air. Magic. You may be wondering why can't we do that? It's funny because the developers put that to prevent you from going out of bounds. However, we got out of bounds earlier than expected. Could ever happen, so we just walk on the ceiling. So it becomes the floor. And we drop back in bounds. It stays around, I think 45 seconds, but not exactly sure.
Yeah, there's a big long elevator ride after the button push, and it's really, really slow.
And now we have a one-on-one battle against MLG Sniper. So let's see how that goes. Snipers can one-hit kill you if they hit your head. On patch, they always one-hit kill you. That's one of the reasons why we play unpatched. And now we're going to show some love to the leader here to get rid of that elite. And then we switch back to the sword, sorry guys. Alright. We killed this Caravan Jackal. Made the Fear Rod Grunt because I can instantly kill you. And something cool coming up. He uses Phantom as a bridge to skip around 3 minutes of the game or even more, I'm not sure.
There's another big fight, another elevator. There's just a huge, huge section in a very small amount of space that we skip here.
I have to backtrack a bit to hit the low trigger. I have to wait for dialogue now. And then light bridge spawns. We have time for one small donation.
Sounds good. Yeah, $50 from Rue229. Thanks to my fiance for getting me into speedrunning in GDQ. I can't help but donate to this wonderful event and amazing charity. Good luck to all the runners.
Alright, coming up. I think I'll let Oro handle this. It's gonna be fun.
This is a section on Legendary you kind of just have to YOLO. It's really the best option. A lot of times on Legendary you kind of just have to do strats that are better on average and not necessarily perfect. This is definitely a perfect example of that. After that, we're going to have another fight with the Warden that we may or may not participate in.
I assigned my teammate to attack one of the spawning soldiers here. Some air manipulation. Should be fine, I think. Yeah. These 4 soldiers, they can one-hit kill you if you're unlucky. And it's kind of scary. Let's see what happens. Okay. And now we wait for a checkpoint because the only random pick of the game coming up. We need the Warden to cooperate. We need him to spawn facing the right way. He's back facing me, which is good. He's sorting fast, which cancels animation of spawning enemies, and then he charges at me, and that's where the RNG happens.
やられちゃったみたい
He's
です、ね。
supposed to do another attack. There's a few possibilities what he will do, and that was a diagonal slash. That's what I don't want to happen. With RNG again, let's see. Oh, he does that. Second try. The average is 3 tries.
何か
So
を
let's
や
see.
ろうとしているのですが、うまくいけてないようですね。
This can easily kill runs, by the way, but I think you can imagine that. Wrong attack.
メタルギアは、もう終わっていますね。先ほど、前のゲームでした。アメリカはそうですね。
Let's do this, Warden. Yup, there we go.
今日、こんな感じ、平日だと思います。成人式とかないと思うんで、日本と
So
同
what
じ日
happened
に。
there? We positioned ourselves in front of that rock. And it's kind of glitchy because when the one does a specific attack, the hitbox detection doesn't work correctly because of how the wall is behind you. It kind of pushes you into the wall, and that results in a pressure launch. You can get some crazy launches like that. That one was not the best, but it was still pretty cool, I think.
だからち
So
ょっ
this is
と
the third
観
elevator
客
of the
が
level.
メ
We're
タル
finally
ギア
only seeing one of them. This is the
か
last
ら
one,
これ
coincidentally.
でいい時間だから夜 だか
Alright,
ら
so now
人がいない
you
のか
saw
な
the other ones at the beginning of the level. You're like, okay, you can walk in here, that's kind of cool. And then the Phantom skip. Oh, you can use this bridge and skip it. Yeah, it's not too bad. And then the one launch, you're like, oh wow, okay, this level is broken. But to you guys, I have to say, but wait, there's more. We are not done with this level yet. I'm going to take the Phaeton here.
会場
There's
は
actually two ways.
ア
You
メ
can
リ
go
カ
on
の
foot,
ヒ
which
ル
is
トンホテ
significantly
ル
slower, or take
ら
the
しいの
Phaeton.
で
Easy choice as a speedrunner. Also
飛行
significantly
機に乗っ
easier.
て壁を破
Some
壊し
kind of
て
Promethean flying vehicle.
暗記も RT はあ
phase
り
with it
ま
like
せん
that.
ね
And
ワシン
you
トンなら
may
14時
maybe
間ぐらい
notice
時差
something
ないか
soon that 343 Industries might not really
じゃあ
understand
14
the
時
concept
間
of
だと
walls
考え
sometimes
る
in
なら
the game.
今ちょうど0時ぐらい
What
で
does
す
that
ね
mean?
壁
that's what it
抜け
You just click for the wall.
やっぱりこのゲーム
And now I
壁
have to
ガオ
hit
ガオ
the
じゃ
low
ねえ
trigger
か
while out of bounds. Which is how it looks because if I fail
話
it
に
will
よっ
stop
て
the game,
AGDQ
which I
自体
really don't
が
want to happen.
そのホテル
I'm
ホ
just
テ
right
ル
at the end.
がもう
And that
AGDQ
was
一色らしいですねほぼ貸し切りみたいな話らしいですねでか
And we
い
have time
飛
for
行
a
機の
couple of
壁
missions,
抜け
I
で
would
き
say.
るんですね
3, 4,
この
5
ゲーム
yet.
Got a $15
当たり
donation
判
from
定ってどうな
GE
っているんです
Status.
か
I played competitive Halo for 10 years, so I figured now would be a perfect time to donate. My mom overcame cancer twice in 2017 and showed me more resolve and positivity than I ever would in a similar situation. She's an inspiration, and I'm donating to help end this horrible disease in her honor. With a $10 donation from Starside. Hi, Distro. Good luck on your run. You got this. Donation goes to Runner's Choice.
One or two more.
Sure thing. $5 from Dr. Blackheart. Just had to donate during a distro run. It's because of him and Renegade XV, I even decided to learn the route for Halo 5.
リストリーマさん本家
This
の
would
方
be a
を
good
見
time
て
to
いま
shout
す
out.
ね
We were
は
going to do it a
い
little later, but this is a good time to shout out Renegade, who's the
画面の
current
左下
easy world record holder of this game with a
あー
110.56,
僕
I
はき
believe.
っと本家の方を見てるんで
And
見れて
speaking
な
of
いです
learning the
ね
game, another member of the community by the name of Hoshka has a really, really good series of YouTube tutorials out there.
現地時間は
That
左下に
covers
出
a
てい
good
る
amount
そ
of
うです
legendary strats as well, so definitely make sure to go check that out on YouTube at some point if you're at all interested in learning this game. Which this game definitely needs more runners, so I strongly encourage you to.
Alright, so this section is a little bit random, but also requires very precise movement. I'm taking a lot of damage, which is a little bit unlucky. However, I think I should make it. It's always
どの
random.
ゲームもその隙間をなくせって言われたら相当
Ooh.
無
Okay.
駄な時間かかって開発する時間
So
と
far,
お金が
let's see.
かかりますからねそれだったらまあ壁
Alright,
が
cool
少
part
し
coming up. We killed
ち
two
ょ
out
っと
of
高
four
くて
sniper
も
jackals.
楽しく遊べれるならいいんじゃないですかね
And if we kill him fast enough, he can just run through. And after I cross certain areas, drop pod scripted to fall down. Position myself where it's falling down precisely, really fast. It's really precise. I get a pressure launch like that. and I... Oh, hug the wall, okay. There we go.
Exactly how you get launched here is pretty variable. So a lot of this trick just involves reacting
こ
to
れ
where you
普
get
通だっ
launched.
たら、
that wasn't
RTA と
quite
かみ
exactly
んな
what
見
you
てい
want,
る
but
か
it
ら
was、pretty
あ
darn、close.
壁がガバガバだって思うか
It
も
also
しれない
skips
です
an
けど、
enemy
普
load
通
trigger
にや
up
っ
here,
て
so
たら、
you don't have to deal with anything
壁
here.
Because casually
抜
that's
けるとか
actually
わからないですからね。
There's a lot of fear what grunts
Yeah.
and elite. It's insanely hard. Coming up
だ
is
からこのゲーム、
another clear.
ガバオじゃねえかって思ってやっても壁
So
抜
there's
け
a
れな
couple
いってこ
groups
と
of
はよく
enemies
あります
here.
よ、いろんなゲームで。
Most of them need to die. You can leave a couple stragglers. There's going to be a dropship that drops off a couple hunters after we clear enough enemies. And where they spawn is a little bit random. And ideally we want them to fall in the stairs by that blue barrier that you see back there.
回復で
So
き
you
まし
can
たね。
easily tuck some
大丈夫
shots in there and
お
take them out pretty quickly. Again, we wanted to try to skip
ま
the
た
enrage
ダウ
from
ン
the
してし
second
まっ
hunter.
てリスタートを選びました。
I reverted there
これ
because the next
壊
wave
れ
is
てるのは
spawning
まあ
and
どっちかというと
I
まあおかしいのは
This is
走
the
者
revive
の方なん
mechanic
で
in Halo
ゲーム
5.
はまあそこまでだと思い
It's
ます
not in other Halo games, but if you die with the most weapons, you don't really die. Your teammates can get
まあ
you up
見て
again.
るようでRTA とかやってる
Okay, this one,
なんか
this one
見
was
てるだ
much
けだと
better.
できない壁抜け多いですからね。その原理とかを知らないと。
Now there's a spear with 2 hunters coming in, and I shoot the turret.
これもあ
So
るんで、
leaves me alone. And now I need good RNG because that's
まあ
my RNG.
RTA だけ見て
I wanted both of the
このゲ
hunters
ー
to
ムは
spawn
ガバガ
on
バ
the
だから
stairs,
買わないって
and
い
that
う
didn't happen,
のはちょ
which
っ
is
と
not
ある
good.
かもしれ
But we can have, backup strats, we'll be fine.
ない。いや
Maybe.
やっぱこのゲーム当たらないってことは
Let's
重
say
要
we
です
try
ね
to。be fine.
もちろん攻撃が加えるのももちろんですけど。
There we go.
で仲間を
So now we're going to hop in a mantis for this next
ここに移動しろみたいな。
section. We want to hop in this mantis at a certain time, or else the door coming up kind of bugs out a little bit. But it's not really difficult. And you can jump in it early as well before it's actually dropped all the way
ああ、
down.
もう宇宙船の中に入
Just
った
jump up to it and get in. We have another short clear coming up here. A couple Covenant just hanging
乗
around.
り換えまし
So
た
we're going to
ね。
take them out, hop in a ghost, and proceed on to the next section.
And I would say we can read out donations during the clear. There's nothing interesting going on.
乗り換えて
Sure
無
thing.
双状態ですね、これも。
A $500 donation from
ま
Benze
あ
to my
そんな
uncle Elaine.
びくともせず。
Recently lost to pancreas cancer. He was a game developer and inspired me to pursue my passion, and now gaming is my job. Never had the chance
乗
to
り
tell
物
him, but his
この
games
ゲー
are
ム
fun.
強
Alcantor, French
Sure.
education game published by Langford. Love your nephew Benjamin. Thank you very much. Sorry if I mispronounced it.
So in a second here, you're going to see Distro get out of this mantis right up against the wall. That skips a pretty long animation of Loki getting out of the mantis. Saves just a little bit of time.
どんどん行きそう
So
で
this
す。
next section here, there's a big door that we need
なん
to
かもう
open. And
こ
to
う
do
いう
that,
の
we
に
need
乗
to
る
wait
と
for a
嫌
short
な予感
timer.
しかしない
In
な。
addition, we need to kill a large group of enemies in front of the door, including a Wraith and a bunch
木
of
の乗り換え
Jackals.
ましたね。
So we're going to hop in the Wraith here for a little bit of safety and try to take them out as efficiently as
急に
possible.
アーマードコア。
The Wraith and the
始
Fear
まっ
Within
て
are
ます
the
ね、これ。
scariest parts. Because they do a lot of
こ
damage.
れはもうヘイローではないのかもしれない。
I just try to live pretty much.
株抜
And
け
if
も
enough
する
enemies
か
are dead and the timer has passed, this door will open, I think. Yeah. Going to wait for a checkpoint here just in case. Never mind, too many fire. Ah, I got one. That's perfect.
またこっちの方が
And
スピー
yeah,
ド速い
whoa,
って
the
ことで乗り
grenade
換えた。
almost got me. For the end of the level, we just YOLO
おお
through here.
なんか落ちてきましたね。
Do some fancy ghost maneuvering up here. And just drive to the ending trigger.
おっていくとちょうど挟まって
You will notice I don't speak about the story of the game. That's because if someone wants to play the game after seeing this, then I don't want to spoil it too much for them.
で次のス
Also,
テ
this
ー
is
ジ
an
ですか
obstacle
ね。
level, so we have
もう一人の
1
主人
minute
公
time
に
for
変わったん
donations.
ですかもしかして。
Gotcha. Have a $10 donation from Troz. Is Gassy Mexican lactose intolerant? Because this Halo 5 run is legendary. No, I'm not, but I feel for those who are. Cheese is
海
delicious.
外イベントなのかな今これはもしかして。
We also have a $150 donation from
またあれ
E. Chondo.
でも
Shout out to my
気づいたら
family.
1時間
Love you
経っ
all.
てま
I
した
hope
ね。
everyone
順
has an
調
amazing
なんでしょう
2018.
かこの RTA は一体。
Constructors were
で
僕は見
$150
てことないの
donation
であんま
from
りわから
Anonymous.
ないんですけ
Shout
ど
out to my cat, Gary.
Guardian.
Hi, Gary.
has the coordinates of one such station. Finding a constructor there should be simple.
でも時間的には半分超えて
Right,
い
after
る
talking
ん
to
でまあ
Palmer, the mission will end. If we run away
まあ
fast,
進
we
行
skip
度
like
的に
1
は半
second
分
worth
は
of
超えている
dialogue
のかな
where Locke says we're ready or something like that. I don't even remember the
で
dialogue.
会話イベントが終わって、
Coming
次
up
の
is enemy lines.
ステージの
It's
よう
one
で
of
す
my
ね。
favorite levels because it's pretty short, but it's very, very.
Halsey's
I
constructor is in a
don't
4-runner
know how to say it,
facility
but there's a lot of
north here.
variety in
The
it.
Cubbies have a Kraken parked between you and
There's a
it.
lot of running,
However,
some
people are set to the
parkouring,
Kraken from the air while
there's a
you
lot of
handle
vehicle
ground support.
sections, and some skips. I think I
Once
like
you
this
reach the
level.
rally point, Arbiter will give the green light.
I'm taking a specific path because in the casual playthrough usually you get hit by a knockdown wave,
Coming in ahead.
うん
but with this speedrun route it doesn't happen.
うん。
During the knockdown wave you're
走っている。
invincible, but if you even if you skip it, we're still invincible for a
ただ
little
ひた
bit.
すら
That
走
means I
り
can't
続
die
け
here,
る。
but I wasn't even shot at. It's amazing. And now I can die again.
Keep moving, Spartans.
And this is a really silly skip.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
supposed to I think,
いいね。
take down a battery or something, but there's an oversight from developers. You can just clamber on the thing and just
バリアを乗り越え
go
ていく。
past it like that.
で乗り物に乗
Now we
って
take the ghost.
Retreating into the temple ground. That location is between Osiris and their destination.
We drive past enemies, hopefully not dying to a couple of suicide runs coming from the left.
Get to the temple ground.
They're kind of random, but if I play correctly, which I did, thankfully, they won't hit me. You're not supposed to take the ghost here, but by holding right bumper on default settings, which I'm playing on, you get extra height with the ghost. It depends on the button layout. And you can just go through here. So for those wondering, playing on default settings, sensitivity 4,
なんか
if anyone
すごい
is
飛行機
wondering
でガ
about
ンガン
that.
行ってるけど
And I have the sticks inverted, the stick clicks.
飛行機でもともと生きる
Because
と
on
こ
default
ろ
you
だ
crouch with the right stick, if you click it, and you sprint with the left one, and I don't think that crouching with the right stick in the Halo game should be legal, so I swap them over. In this section I have to go really fast, and driving the ghost on the unpatched version of the game is actually much harder than people would think. If I'm fast enough, there's a wave helping me here, because it's trying to shoot me, but it actually takes down the
飛行
shield.
機というよりはホバー車。
I'm heading
なる
into
ほ
the
ど。
temple.
And
空
now
は飛べないっていうか少し浮く
I push
っ
a
ていうぐ
button,
らい。
This has to be it.
and after that I have to kill all my teammates. You might wonder why I do that. You will understand very soon. I will explain it, don't worry. I'm going to set them up for first, second team kill them. I first go hit the trigger, and I assign them to go around here.
Understood, Commander.
And then I try to splatter them if I can. Let's see. One,
Let's help Arbiter
two of them are
finish
still
this.
alive. There
も
we
しかして
go.
仲間を
Might seem
わざ
cruel,
と
but it has a good
フ
reason.
レ
Trust
ン
me.
ドリーファイヤー
This
で
is
キ
called
ル
the
し
Kraken.
て話を
One
進
kind
め
of
たのかなも
floating
しかして
alien vehicle.
その可能性ある
I'm on board the Kraken.
And I think Ori is going to
な
explain
狂
it
ってる
now.
So he's gonna blow up this
Why?
core, which is extremely fragile. All it takes is a single plasma grenade to kill it. And the reason we kill our teammates is that the Kraken checks for all of your friendly allied teammates, including yourself, to be off of the Kraken before it starts exploding. So if we had any teammates that followed us on there straggling around, it would just take longer to fall. So we're just going to proceed on to the next section here. So we're grabbing another Phaeton just to make sure we have a fully charged one. And we're actually going to be taking it into the final firefight of this level by
So,
very
任務の
carefully
ため、
placing it,
タイムの
otherwise
た
it
め。
gets disintegrated
まあ仲間な
as
ん
we
て
try
ね
to take it to the next part.
飾りなんですよ
So Distro's going to place it at a very specific spot and angle here. Get out and wait for the objective to pop up, and then get back in and take it to the final room.
You're not supposed to do that, as Zoro mentioned. Would disintegrate otherwise. Very precise. But now, let's have some fun with the Phaeton. I actually love this section. This skip is great. Or not skip, but this trick. rather.
Something will come.
So shout outs to Hoshka and his daughter. His daughter found it by accident when they were playing co-op.
There it is. Do you think it'll follow us?
Spawn killing some enemies here with incineration cannon. Going
ち
back
な
to
みに
Phaeton,
今
we're
は
having some
コ
fun,
ブ
just
ナン
going
ト
ham.
だけど途中でコブナントやべえわって離反したエリートで種族の間で
You will see that the Phaeton has
新
two
コ
fire
ブナント
modes,
派
which is the
と
rapid
反
fire that you
コ
see
ブ
right
ナント
now,
派の
kind
内
of
戦
machine
が
gun kind
爆
of
破して
deal,
きたので、
and some rockets
反コブナント派を助けに来て
you
ま
just
す。
saw.
なるほど。
And I will just alternate between the two, depending what enemy I'm fighting.
で内戦を煽ったのが情報省で助けに来て、情報省が助けに来てるのも情報省。一体どうなってるんですかね。飛行機強いですね。かわいそう。
That should be it.
敵は。
All clear.
Alright.
Commander Palmer, we have the constructor. Ready for extraction.
Nice work.
Coming up is another
まあ
one.
とりあえず
minute.
仲
Let's
間
go
は
to last
コブ
one
ナン
now.
トっていうやつ
So
らが
we have
仲
time
間
for
割り
minute
して
donations. Actually more, minute and a
2
half.
つに分かれて2つに分かれた
We have a
やつらを
$50 donation from
片
Anonymous.
方助けに
Had
行
to
っているっ
donate
て感
during
じで
Halo
すか。
5 since I helped test the campaign. Getting some serious flashbacks for all the times we ran through this, and always delighted with what speedrunners do to absolutely dismantle games. Congrats to all the runners and support staff for a great event supporting a great cause.
When it activates the Guardian,
A $10 donation from Reed. Hey Distro, good luck on the Halo 5 run. When we created Halo runs a few years ago, I hoped we would be able to create self-sustaining community out of the ruins of the old. In 2018, with Halo featuring in GDQs, I think we succeeded. Also, solidarity with all those battling cancer. Healthcare is a human right. Let's fight for a world without GoFundMes and without
情
cancer.
報省として結局エイリアンになって信用ならんから半分は味方だけど弱らしとこ
We
う
have
ってい
like
う
1 minute.
聞く
There's like a cutscene coming up. We have more than time. More than enough time.
下水
Have a $150 donation from Moss Q-Tip. Yay, Halo.
だから
Blue
内
picture.
戦を煽らせて仲間割れを
$51.17 tip from Anonymous,
感じなんですか
saying
ね。
Halo is all, Halo is the light. Backsmack that cancer and finish this fight. Get some, Distro. And a $150 donation from Esfert. Woke up at 3:30 a.m. to watch this run, and I'm not disappointed. Keep up the great runs. This donation goes to Runner's Choice.
Osiris.
One more.
$10 donation from
主
Alex163.
人公た
I've
ち
never
は
seen a
人
speed run
間
before,
人
and
間な
Distro
の
has sold me. He's amazing.
人間の
Beat
顔して
cancer.
ますけど
Alright, thank you very much, everyone. Coming up is Battle of Sunayon.
Come a long way.
田中
And Battle of Sunayon is a little bit tricky because in the first around 2.5 minutes, up to 3 minutes, I don't get a checkpoint. In other words, if I die, it's bad. But I have a backup save.
そろそろ壁抜きが見ていきたいところですけど
Ooh. Okay, that's a
壁
good
抜
idea.
きをしていくの
There's
で
another bunch
しょう
coming
か。
right up. So I guess the Weaver is actually
そろそろ
to
ね
explain what's happening here. We skip this fight.
壁抜きが見たいところですね。壁抜き
If you go
を
high enough and go past this invisible barrier,
して
there
い
we go,
き
we are
ま
out of
した
bounds.
ね。
Which is a common theme in this run, I think.
でまたここもどうするんですかね。
And we go
壁
back
抜
in
きなん
bounds
か
easily
そ
like
んな雰囲
that.
気はありますけど。
We have to backtrack a bit to hit the low trigger here, and then we continue.
あ、今コンティニューポイントをスポインするためにやってましたね。
For the
死ん
next
で
2
も
minutes or so.
殺されないように。
St. Helios some airspace.
The enemies are random. You can instantly die sometimes. As I said, oh god, please don't die. We pick up the Fuel Rod Cannon because we're going to need it to take down some cannon batteries later on, which is necessary to continue the game.
Covenant insertion box.
And the first one is coming right up in this room.
Cannons offline.
まあ攻めるときだったら、と
I hope I didn't
そう
miss
い
it.
う
I got it.
コンティ
And
ニ
we
ュ
wait
ー
for
ポイント
dialogue
と
and
か
ask
だ
my
と
teammates to
か
come to
ス
me
ルーし
so
てい
they
くんで
don't
しょう
die.
ね、このゲームは。
But Vale already did, so okay. It's not really a big deal.
Cannon destroyed. Swords of St. Helios.
Now we'll wait for this door to open. There's a Fuel Rod Elite rushing out. It's the one-hit kill. And because I'm a little bit insane and I can't afford to die because of the checkpoint, just rush through them. Alright. I send my teammate to go to the right here
Turret cannons here.
to distract the enemies. I kill 2 jackals. And then I think Oro will handle this.
So this room is another series of turrets that you have to take out, and a bunch of enemies. There's basically a series of 3 grunts, a couple elites hanging around too, But the grunts are the main important thing. There's a set of grunts that you just need to take out before this next section will trigger. As soon as I believe it's Veil says enemy phantoms approaching, that's how you know that the next part has been triggered and you can move on.
I think it's actually Marquis that says it, but yeah, it was correct. I have some bad RNG on the grunts, and I really don't want to die. Oh boy.
Destroy it to disable the cannon. Second cannon down.
Okay, because I did the auto bounce trick at the beginning. I only have to... There's a glitch that sometimes you only have to destroy 2 out of 3 cannons, and we don't know why exactly. And I got it, thankfully, which makes this clear easier. I can just leave the 3rd cannon intact. Because normally you're supposed to destroy all of them. Nope, Mr. Grunt. I want to checkpoint before you try to...
人類は3までで、
Nate me. Okay, got the
ヘイロー
checkpoint.
3までで1回滅
If
ぼ
I
した
get the Phantom spawning, I know I'm good.
Ah,
But I think there's still more grunts
だ
left.
からまあ信用できないっていうのはあるかもしれないですね。
Yeah, here, grunt. Where's he? 1. That's not the grunt, it's in the lead. Okay, got the Phantom. Should get the dialogue right about now.
Marquis, hello again.
And I can use this time during the dialogue to pick up some ammo. Mainly the sword,
どんどんどんどんどん。
which again, if you don't remember anymore, gives you 20% faster movement speed. I don't want to die here.
Thank you, Marquis. Osiris, Marquis said there's a way down. Find it.
Alright, for battery-powered weapons in the game, the battery can go from 40% to 80%. I got 55, which is not the best, but it's more than good enough, I would say. We're going to need it kinda soonish. So coming up is one of my favorite parts of the speedrun, simply because of the atmosphere, and I think the movement is amazingly fun. Because we use a lot of air slides, I will explain what that is. You saw a lot of them actually during the run, but maybe not knowingly. Like the boost slides, you already saw a lot too. That's very self-explanatory. You just boost and then crouch after a while. Like this. And air slides is the same thing, but a little bit more broken because you do it as you're landing. And this is the first one coming up now. There we go, that was an air slide. Another one coming up now. And while we parkour through these enemies here, actually no, what was first one other thing. If I thrust slide here, I can keep the momentum to get extra height, which is not intended, but it's convenient to get across that gap. And now there's some kind of tricky section, and so I'm hoping I get a checkpoint, and I got it, thank God. Air slide here, just parkouring through before the enemies get to shoot me pretty much. The sniper too can one hit kill me if I'm lucky.
Double time, Osiris.
But I think I'm fine. Okay, cool part coming up. The hunters are scripted to get up, but we kill them before they do that by just throwing their orange flesh part. First one from the front, and then second one. There we go. This time my teammates to pick up the Fear Rod cannon, strong weapon, so it's very convenient. Door opens after the hunters are dead. Instant kill the grunt. Push the button. Sometimes the button glitches out, you have to push it multiple times. I don't know why that happens.
急
Good
に
night, Tanaka.
移動してきた。
Alright, so you may have noticed I let my teammates pick up Fear Rod cannons throughout the level. We have 3 now, that's the maximum, that's actually really good. And it's going to be convenient for the ending clear. And coming up is a small skip, and I think
ソードを持つと移動速度が上がる効果と相まっ
Okay,
てすごく
so
アグレッ
this
シ
next
ブ。
part, there's a couple crawlers that will be running in the distance, and we have to be very, very quick in catching up to them. And this is what I was referring to in Blue Team, which is the reason we have Assassination still enabled. You can overlap the animations in this game by, there's a shockwave that'll come and knock you down. But if you trigger an Assassination on this crawler, as it happens, you skip the knockdown animation and save a few seconds. In addition to this, after that,
おお。
after that, we're going to be skipping a... Oh, did you actually miss it?
Yeah, I mean, because the crawler pushed me in front.
Yeah.
ああ、どんどん街
We're
が
going to be
拡散
seeing
されていき
another
ますね。
small little knockdown skip here. There's a bridge that's going to fall down. By moving around where the bridge falls, we completely skip that little animation as well, which is right there. So now we're heading into the final clear, which is going to be a bunch of soldiers followed by another warden fight.
You saw me pick up the plasma caster there during the slide while dropping down. Kind of fun to do. So this clear is kind of tricky, and if I die, there's a very high chance the game might crash. So let's hope that doesn't happen. And I will let Oro handle this too because I have to focus.
So the plasma, I'll explain the plasma caster a little bit actually.
やべえ、なんかすごい、
The
す
plasma
ごい。
caster shoots these little like kind of
何
mini
が起きてん
plasma
のか
grenades. They're a little bit weaker. And you can also charge it, and it shoots like all or the whole clip at once, and it just shoots a big,
俺はリスタートになり
kind
ま
of
したね。
sticky, like big plasma grenade basically. So this is gonna be our main tool for clearing this fight. There's also a fuel rod and a incineration cannon that's hidden around a corner. They're gonna be very useful for clearing this out. We're gonna try to be spawn killing as much as possible. And sometimes that doesn't work out exactly as planned. Once we get to the final wave, we're gonna have to kill not the entire wave, but enough of the wave for the warden to spawn, and then we're gonna try to take out the warden as fast as possible as well. If there's any watchers that get left alive, these little flying enemies, they can not only restore the warden's shields, but also just put a shield up in front of him, and they can be very, very annoying. Ideally, we're gonna destroy them with the extra explosion of the plasma caster, but sometimes they just move out of the way and are a huge, huge pain.
So you saw me die and the game didn't crash, which is a miracle.
さあ、あと30分以内にクリアができるのでしょうか。目標タイムが1時間45分ということで、今1時間16分、まあ17分ですね。
Because the checkpoint
あ
is
と
still available
28
even if it
分
crashes.
ですけども、
You're seeing the watchers do a little bit of what I mentioned before of putting up shields in front of things.
うまく進んでいるのでしょうか。
I think I'm
お
gonna
ーと、ま
reload here
たリ
because I
ス
dropped
タ
the
ート
wrong
です
weapon.
ね。
I should probably do this faster.
リスタートして、
Whoa.
すごい、銃撃戦ですね。
Going to wait for shields because I don't want to die anymore like that.
探偵を取って、バリアを回復するまでは待ってました。
Alright, after the 8 soldiers that spawn there die,
スポーンキルですね
a。couple of enemies that spawn here. And if 4 of those of that wave die, we have another warden.
でかいのがまた出てきました。
And you can see that my team was going ham with the Fear Cannon and doing a lot of damage on the Warden. That's why I let them pick it up. And Warden is dead. I'm running for my life. I'm hiding because I don't want to die. And what's the Genesis?
で、
What's
こ
that
こを
was
クリアしましたね。意外と難しい。
Coming up is Genesis.
難しい
And
のかな。
it starts with a cool section, I would say.
苦戦してましたね。
We actually kind of enjoyed it. It's quite pretty. A lot of fun. In the speed run, you just try to go past it as fast as possible, really. And during that section, I would say we have time for a couple of donations.
Got about another minute here, I think.
All right. Got a $30 donation from John G. Had to donate during Gassie's host block. Long time sombrero, such a great cause. Thank you.
え
Thanks to everybody donating. Keep them coming.
なってんだ
Have a $25 donation from Court. Another 25 if Gassie says, I can smell you in the Morgan Freeman voice. All right. I can smell you.
なんかずっと転がり落ちてたの
We have time for more as I just go through.
Gotcha, no
壊
worries.
れてんのかな
Another $5 donation from Warcraft Fish Sticks. Shout out to Mr. Monopoly and Kryphin who got me interested in Halo 2 Legendary runs. I'm about to yank that world record from Kryphin. AGDQ 2020, here I come. Kappa, kappa, kappa. I have a $50 donation from WYRGAN, because I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry. Hyper Light Drifter is my absolute favorite game. From the stunning visuals to the haunting soundtrack, so stoked to see it on GDQ and promoting a great cause. Be ready to pet the very good boy.
What you saw me do there was a backup strat. You're supposed to go through the platform, but I was so low on shield that I decided to do a backup. And it worked out, thankfully. And in this section, you will see me run to the elevator door really
FPS だから
quickly.
やっぱり
And there's
何
a
が起きて
weird
るか分
skip,
か
I
りに
don't
く
know
い
why, 分
かりにくいです
if
ね
you wait for Master Chief's how the hell are you here dialogue before you enter, you skip all of Cortana's dialogue here in the elevator. So I don't know why, but they just skipped a bunch of dialogue. And meleeing to delay a checkpoint, so I can get a good one for an upcoming trick, which is very RNG heavy, depending on the enemy behavior, but also really cool.
先ほどのがガーディアンっていう超でっかいロボットに乗ってるところから降りようとしたら急に起動して足場にしてたところが崩れた。
Yeah.
なるほど。
I'm going to pick up the scatter shot here, which is harder than it looks with so many weapons around it. And I got it. And now I just run through, get the ghost, drive through and hope to survive, because these enemies are lethal.
で、また、ホバ
This is RNG,
ホバあ、
pure RNG.
し
Here we
ちゃい
go.
ましたね。やっぱり、後半のステージだと思うんですけど、まあ、銃撃戦がすごい。
So let's try that again.
銃撃というか弾幕がすごくなってきているから、
Looking a bit better. I think I
や
should
りや
move
す
this.
くて。
You can see me zigzagging to avoid shots. Okay, the trick. If I'm fast enough and go up here.
で、この上に乗って、
Okay, you can see
も
what's
しかして
happening
こ
now.
の飛行
Phantom,
機の
what
上
do we
に
do?
乗りま
Of
した
course,
ね。
surf it. And because one phantom isn't cool enough, yup, we're gonna surf the second one
飛
too.
行機を乗り継いで出ます。これでなん
It's a
か
very
ま
convenient
た
skip
一
loading
文
area.
一文字
It's
ってい
actually
うかなん
15
かあり
seconds
そ
slower,
う。
but it's far more consistent on legendary. So this is legendary
優
only.
優雅
Let me
に
drop back inbounds again.
探索して
Kind
ます。
of a tricky ground pound. I take a very specific
お
angle
っ
so I
と
can hit the
壁を
node in
抜
the air.
けて
And if
下
I
へ
get the
行
ghost,
きま
which I
した。
did, it means I hit it.
Master Chief is there.
Now after I take the ghost, I backtrack a bit to hit the low trigger, which spawns in all the enemies.
まあね、
And now,
抜けれるからもう
pretty
抜け
much
ちゃうしかな
every
い。
enemy that you see spawning here is very,
仕方ないよね。
very strong. They can, some of them can pretty much instantly kill me. So let's see what happens. There's a skip coming up, even with the bomb and all these enemies.
おお、壊れている。
I'm gonna revert on that because I got a good checkpoint.
チェックポイ
I
ン
want
ト
the
入
ghost
っ
that's
た
intact
から
for the rest of the level. Are you supposed to wait for a light
入
bridge
って
here?
なかったですね。
You can just boost
ブー
off
スト
and hold RB to, well, on default, hold right bumper to get enough height to go across it. And I got it. RNG was actually not too
う
bad.
ま
It
く
was
やったみ
actually
た
good.
いですね。
And there's a warden there. We just skip it. We don't even go look at him. And now picking up the answer, and I think, yeah, I think Aura should take the over here.
So we're going to ramp over a trigger here that triggers the end of the level, but we still have the two wardens that we need to kill to end the level as well spawn. So we're going to stun them with a thrust charge, finish them off with a couple shots, and then there's going to be another one on the other side of the map as well. After we take out these two wardens, we're going to go back to the ramp and trigger the load that we skipped previously because that triggers more enemies to spawn that we just don't want to deal with right now. But we need the end of the level to happen, obviously, to proceed. So we're going to have to go back and re-trigger that after we take these two wardens out. And yes, there's two wardens now.
で後ろの
Because
弾、
1 million
背
wasn't
中の
enough.
弾を壊した
But yeah, two at the
こ
same
いつ
time.
は倒せないのかな。
There's lore explanations for that.
down
But
してし
like
ま
we
っ
said,
た。
we're not going to go into the
ここ
too deep in story
でま
details
た
right
リ
now.
スタートを選択。
Unfortunate death, but that's alright.
で
So
は
we
そ
should
れで
probably
2武器も
explain
回
the
収
answer.
と。
I'm actually not sure why the answer is different. We don't use it on easy, so...
Oh,
もし
okay.
かした
The,
ら
the answer is
こ
one
の
of the
ヘイ
special
ロ
weapons
ー
we talked
の
about before.
壁は抜け
This
る
is
ために
Thor, which is a
壁はあ
kind
る
of machine gun that has explosive
壁はある
rounds. Really
も
fun
しかしたら
weapon.
そうかもしれないですね。
So just spamming, oh, just spamming the one with it. It's
こ
kind
の
of fun.
敵が
I
す
could have
ごい
lived that,
強い
but
よ
my
うです
reaction
ね。
time was a little bit slow.
On easy, we don't have to do the trick with the two phantoms, and we're able to grab an ultra ghost, which is a white ghost, and it itself has explosive shots, which allows us to deal with these wardens a lot easier while still on a vehicle. But on legendary, we kind of just need to get past those enemies at the beginning.
Alright, I think this time I got the first one again. And I tried to get the second one quickly before he can spawn enemies. This
で、
is
2
sometimes does
体
that,
目
which is
の
really annoying
敵ですね。
if it happens.
おっと避けられ
Ooh,
て
okay,
し
that was a
まっ
glitch.
たが
That's
どう
not
や
good.
っ
I
て
need to
戦
retreat
って
here.
いるのでしょうか。
Is he chasing me? Good. That's a lot of backup strats right now because RNG is not going in my favor, but it seems to be working out. I'm just improvising. That's my backup strat.
すごいなんかグレネードみたいなのを投げてます。
And we should be good, yeah.
今、はい。
Bye bye,
いらっしゃい
Warden.
カテゴリーのレジェンダリー、そうですね。難易度的に
So
は
we're doing
最
what
最
Oro
上
was
級
talking about, the
そう
backtrack,
ですね。
hit the trigger,
な
just
もの
calling
ら
all
し
the
いですね。
enemies that we
話
skip.
話によると。
If we hadn't skipped that, we would have had all these enemies to fight now. At the same time as the Wardens, which would be brutal. They didn't all spawn by the time I'd already passed them, but
なので、まあ、
there's
少
like
しでも
focus
食らっ
features
ちゃ
and
う
things
と
like、that, which are much stronger
まあ、
on the
死
unpatched
んじ
version
ゃう
of
っ
the
て
game,
感
by the
じです
way.
ね。
Because on the patch version of the game, most of the enemies on Genesis are really nerfed down. Coming up is Breaking, which is the second last level of the game.
そう
And as the name might suggest, it's a little bit broken. However, for the second half, the first half, I think we can start off with one donation before we explain more.
Sure thing. Have $250 donation from Optical Zero. Been a fan since 2016 and haven't missed a single GDQ. Halo will always be the game that started my online experience. Keep up the good work.
You have time for one more.
Enough games. You brought the Guardians here.
A $20 donation from Anonymous saying, in honor of my grandma.
I intend to do the same. If there is no trouble,
Alright, so Breaking starts with a massive clear and a massive amount of enemies. However, the first set of waves
さ
we
っ
don't
きの
have
が
to
前
fight.
作でなんか起こしち
We
ゃう。
just YOLO through, which is very random. You can easily
おっ
die here.
と
Let's see
こ
what
こは
happens.
HP が
To zigzag to avoid
ポリ
some
ス
shots.
ネが耐えた。
Now every enemy that's spawning now has to die. From now on.
ここでリスキルをしてきましたね。
Take this weapon.
This is probably one of the more random fights in the game, just because we aren't really able to spawn kill anything. The crawlers are really annoying. Aim assist hugs them really hard. There's watchers around, there's knights.
ハンドが
There's
効か
just
ない
a
のか
bunch of problematic stuff here. And we have to just
すごい
deal with
辛
it
そう。
completely straight up. One really important thing for this fight is noting where the knights die. Locating both incineration cannons quickly is extremely important, both for the rest of this fight and as we proceed into the next section.
Alright. It's looking good. A lot of space blocks showing up, but it's fine. I think I'll get Kelly up. I have time
で
to do
仲
that.
間を助けて
Incineration can't help me for the rest of the fight. 69%.
Killerみた
Okay.
いなのを
It's a good ammo count. Not even memeing is actually good. And it's very common on Legendary, and I think even on Easy, that the crawler runs away. They usually go to that spot, to the other side. After they are dead, door should open. Is that all? Yeah. So, Oro, do you remember where the incineration cannon was?
It was right. It was literally right there. It should have been right in front of the elevator.
In front of the elevator.
Maybe to the right more? Right there, yeah.
Thanks. You can go to the elevator first, but I didn't want to risk it. So 52% is not... Actually, it's the minimum I need to have free shots, so it should be fine.
I always get baited by suppressors. I always think they look exactly like incineration cannons on the ground. At least from far away.
So normally I would pick up the incineration cannon now, but I wanted to go safe for the marathon. I don't want to go risky and maybe miss it and then have a problem with that. But I'm just going back for grenades and ammo. I just saw that I'm full on grenades and on ammo, so that's quite convenient.
So good to see all of you back together.
Coming up is a tower section, and
Psychological tactics.
I'm going to explain as I go through it, but the main idea is that there are 4
What would you have?
triggers you have to hit consecutively, and it's one after another. And the way we do that in Legendary is actually really cool, or quite unique, I would say.
なんかすごいなんかラスボスっぽい
like 10 seconds or
雰囲
so.
気の
It's actually a bit more.
ラスボスっぽいっていうかラストステージっぽい雰囲気のなんか醸し出してきましたね。
Yeah, there's a lot of gondolas and buttons in this game.
でもまだあと
in Halo.
時間的には15分ある
Alright,
ので
so
ま
we
だ
go in
続く
spawning
のか
in the
な。
crawlers. Go up here.
もしかしたら時間に
Spawn
余
kill
裕
some of
を
them.
て目標タイムを出しているかもしれません。
Kill some more. I start my teammates to distract them. Kill that turret guy.
Soldiers in play.
Alright, so now we're in the second level. Just clear out some enemies here so you don't kill me the rest of it. Please. Alright, now to the fun part. Trigger number 1. You have to hit for trigger number 1 down here, hit it. Trigger number 2, up here. It spawns in a lot of crawlers, so I have to run really fast. Hit trigger number 3 up here. Go back down, because otherwise I will die right away.
On my mark, blue team.
Go back up.
もう壁抜きはないんですか
Trigger
ね
number 4.
この
That's
ヘイ
only
ロー
4
はもう
enemies. And those 4 have to die. That's the only 4
最
that
初
have
の
to die.
方が多かったんですけど、中盤から少しず
Alright,
つ
looking like good RNG.
壁抜きは
And now those 2 focus beam
準
turrets.
FPS RT に
Number 1.
なってました。
Number 2. Alright, get some ammo while the door opens. Gotta go fast. Through here. My favorite clear coming up. I hope it will have good RNG because it can be sometimes a bit weird. Can be weird.
で、ここ
These two binary
で
rifle soldiers.
もう
Instantly killing them because they can
強
one
い
hit kill
敵
me.
が3体出てくるらしいんですけど、これエリクスルなのかな使ってるやつが。
Change the weapon. Nuke combo this guy. See, I take the armor down and then just headshot them. Getting Watcher. Number 1, number 2. You might think this clear doesn't look that cool. What is your favorite one? You will see in a few seconds. Well, more than a few, but soon.
おっと、危ない。バリアが、
Okay, that
お
was
戻
good
ってきま
reaction.
したね。
Could have easily killed me.
しました。またバリアがなくなりそうですけど、また、
Alright,
答えました
so。now the binary rifle is an amazing weapon, and now we just rush the enemies and just binary rifle them pretty much. It's pretty fun. Oh, I should be.
倒れてしまったが、
I don't know, is
こ
Linda
れは
supposed to
間に合わない。
No, she isn't.
間に合わずリスター
checkpoint
を
is
通
fine.
してしまう。なので、ま
Unfortunately,
た最初
checkpoint is
から
really good.
倒し直しって感じですね。
Ooh. Yeah, sometimes they glitch out and jump like that. It's really hard to hit them in the head when they do that.
おっと、
I think I'll
ここで助けが間に合いましたね。いいですね。
So let's try that again. Hopefully not dying this time.
すごい武器だな。スピンがギューッ
Please. Okay, he's running away. Should be a guy here. And I think that's the last one? I'm not sure.
よしよしよし。
There's one soldier off to the
いい
left.
ですね。
Okay.
お、でかいの持ちました。でかいの持ったと思ったら一発撃って終わり。
You know, if I hit my shots, he's one shot. Theoretically. There we go.
And then we'll talk.
Alright. So
戦いは
another gondola. We have time for one donation to go pick up a weapon.
次の戦いが来そうですけ
$5
ど。
from Anonymous saying, we'll donate 10 more if Gassy does his best wort. Sure, why not?
That was pretty good.
I did that a lot when I played Halo 2.
I actually started speedrunning with Halo 2 on Legendary, for those who don't know. I'm killing my teammates here because he can get in the way sometimes for an upcoming skip. Okay, that was close. This metal gondola is approaching that platform, and I'm going to squeeze myself between the two as this metal gondola is approaching it. That's going to result in pressure launch if done correctly. I have a setup for it. And the setup should
おお、
work.
届きましたね。
Let's see. checkpoint.
で、ここで飛びました。お
We
ー、
skip
す
this
ご
whole
い。
section and we land on the invisible floor here. That's also meant to keep you from going out of bounds, but again, ironically, it helps us.
イベントキャンセルをしたみたいですね。
And that fight is
仲間、
really, really difficult.
イベント
There's
キャン
lots
セ
of
ルする
enemies
た
that
め
can kill
に
you.
仲間が邪魔だったか
Now coming up, where you've got probably one of the most notorious sections of this entire game. There's maybe
な。
just a
そ
few
のによって
wardens.
ジャンプするみたいな。これが強い敵なのか。
But we have a very convenient skip. We
こ
just
のまま
go to where we need to go with the man cannon. So
上
no
に
triple
進
one
んでい
fight.
く。
And that's the end of breaking.
青白い光がある。で、ムービーが入って仲間が生き返
Coming
っ
up
て
is
いる。
Guardians, which is last level, the longest level casually.
ボスなんて
The
いなか
most
ったん
broken
や。
Guardian speedrun. Don't believe me?
ボス
I'm
はど
going to
こです
convince
か
you in around 5 seconds. There's a floor here, right?
壁抜けた。壁抜けまし
You
た
can just
ね。
fall through the floor there. There's
や
a
っ
whole
ぱり壁抜けで
reason.
始まって壁抜けで終わるゲームなの
We
か
got
このヒーローは。
bombed. That first jump is actually much harder than it looks, by the way, because the death barrier, the ground pound that I did when I dropped into the floor, into the hole, is very precise. And now we skip a lot of Cortan dialogue. It doesn't save time, but this time saves some dialogue at the beginning room. It saves around 19 seconds, I think, if done perfectly. And yeah, there's usually some things loaded here that are skipped. And Guardians, as I said, is the longest level casually because there's an open space area
で、
where you have
こ
to
れは
destroy
に
5 cores.
待ち時間ですね。
And
きっと
after
下
you
に
destroy
降
the
りて
5
いるよう
cores,
で。
there's a massive fight in the middle of the open area where you have to push a button and a legendary that's insane.
壁を
hard because
抜
there's so
け
many enemies
て
that
も
wanna
つい
kill
て
you.
これる
And
っ
there's
て
a
いうのが
cool
仲間の最低条件。
Many waves you have
仲間
to
募
fight,
集中。
like
Hey,
really a
yo.
lot, and also hard waves, and then there's an elevator ride, and then you're at the end. Well, the speedrun has a little bit of a different approach, and we'll see about that very soon. I'm going to use the momentum of this gondola
というわけでね、
to get pushed into the next
ここ
room
で
if
ま
I'm
た
correctly, and I got
どん
it.
どん進んでいきます。
Nice. Now, before I reach the open space area I was talking about, there's this room, and I just have to run through precise movement, also a lot of
おっ
RNG,
と、戦いが始まってますね
get。away here very fast, hopefully
で
not dying.
その戦いを無視して主人公はどんどん奥へと突き進んでいく。敵なんていなかった。
Okay, looking good so far. There's a white knight here and some focus beam turrets. I try to
こ
take
の
one of them
タレ
out
ッ
really
ト
quickly
壊していく。
and then take cover before the other one takes me down.
もう一個は壊さ
Go
ないよ
through
う
here
で
a
す
little
ね
bit。early, and that's the open space area I was talking about. Now it gets fun. These
仲間は
are
ちゃんとついてこれているのでしょうか、
blue
一体。
cores are the ones I was talking about. You have to survive
こ
them
れ
casually.
途
We don't
中
do that.
で死んでそう
Pick
な
up the Warple
気が
Talon.
しますけどね。
It's one of those special weapons. Allows you
こ
to
れホバ
use
ー
the
機に乗
thrust
り換えまし
twice,
た。
and it allows you to hover twice as long. It's actually very convenient for the skip coming
ホ
up.
バー機の
And how do we skip all of this game? Or all of this
こ
level?
れ飛んだ。
You just boost off the ramp
こ
there with the
れ
ghost.
からまたもしかしてこれ
Go
は
auto bounce from the
壁が抜けない。抜けましたね。
This
抜
is
けちゃ
really
い
hard.
ま
I'm gonna
し
have to
たね
focus for like 2 seconds, something like that.
Find and eliminate
Ooh,
the other
that's not
や
good.
っぱりこの壁抜けるんですね。
Saved it. Okay. If you fall down, you're in purgatory, you have to revert, and you lose a lot of
一
time.
体主人公は何を
And now-
何と戦っている
This is the Colosseum I was talking about. This is unloaded. There's an elevator here normally. We hit the ending
で
trigger
これ
in
で
mid-air.
フラ
The game
グを
warps us back.
待って
And
壁
now,
イベント
after
だ
a certain part of the dialogue, the whole rest of the
まだ
level,
壁抜
the
け
ending
状
of the level
態
spawns
は
in. We're skipping
続い
so
てい
much
る
of this level. And I'm timing it
続い
perfectly
ているというこ
so
と
that I will
は
land
ま
on
だ
the
壁
ending
抜きを
ramp
するつもりなの
as
か
soon as it loads in. If I go too slow, if I go too or too fast or
Oh,
something,
oh.
but I got it perfectly.
え
It's pretty much
何
almost
が
the
起
end
き
of
てい
the
る
game.
んだ
This is the end of the game. We get knocked down by a wave.
これがイ
And
ベ
if we
ン
hit
ト
the
シ
ending
ーンっ
trigger
ぽい
at the
です。
same time as you get knocked down by one of those waves, we skip 30 seconds worth of animation because the way,
死にましたね
I didn't get。
リサートしましたね
but。I have a check and it's fine. The way animations work in Halo 5 is that they cancel each other out. So let's try that again. Got it. So normally lock would be open in the relay core, which is, as I said, 30 seconds worth of animation. We didn't save that much time because I reviewed it, but it's still faster in the end. And we skipped right through the animation where one of your teammates picks you up. And that's pretty much the end of the game. There's no more input from my part. When the blue crypt approaches and the screen fades to black, that's the time. I'm gonna call it when it happens. And I would like to use the opportunity to thank everyone for watching and for donating for a good cause.
な
I really appreciate it. Thanks to GDQ for having me here.
何が
I
起き
had
た
a
ん
lot
で
of
しょう
fun. I hope
ね
you guys
一
like
体
the run. I want to show to the
これが
world,
ラ
hey,
スボ
Halo
スなん
5
です
might not have
か
had the best story, but it's a great speedrun. I really hope you had fun. And also thank you to Oro for co-commentating.
シナリオをすっ飛ばしてすぎて
And,
シナリオすっ飛ばしすぎてよくわからない
still have something
な
to
ら
say.
今すぐクイスト
I
ハ
don't
ロ
think so. I think that's
ーハ
pretty
ロー
much
じゃ
it.
ねヘイロー
I
5を
guess
買
we
おう
should take this time to, again, shout out Halo runs. If you're at all interested in Halo
Hold on.
speedrunning,
Hold on, time coming up now.
というわけで終わりました
Okay, sorry, Oro, go ahead.
GG です
so yeah, if
グ
you're
ッ
at
ド
all
ゲーム
interested in
です
speedrunning Halo games
と
at
いうわけ
all,
で
head on over to HaloRuns.com. We got some really cool
それ
leaderboards,
は
some
い
good 抜
や
resources
きつ
over
でした
there.
ね
As I said before,
壁
earlier
抜け
on
による
too,
壁抜けで
our good friend Hashka has some really good tutorials for this game on YouTube. They're mainly geared towards easy, but they also cover some legendary stuff as well. And if you hop in our Discord as well, we're
一体
more than
ど
happy
う
to
い
help
っ
out with
た
any
ストー
questions
リ
you
ーだっ
might
たの
have
か
as
分から
well.
なかっ
So
たですけど
What was the end time?
141.22.
That's good. That's okay.
一体ラス
Again,
ボ
we
ス
normally
は
time this
ど
game
こへ
with
行
all the
った
loads
の
and
でしょうか
everything else
危
between
険さんの
removed.
ために
So
わざとラス
this
ボス
isn't
を回
exactly
避して
going to reflect the time you see
RTA
on
を
a
してい
leaderboard,
た
but
可能性
yeah,
が
it's still pretty good.
Where's Cortana?
Yeah, we're done here with Halo. Thank you very much, everyone.
というわけで、ヘイロー5終わりですね。次が
All right, thank you so
007
much, Distro,
Agent
for running
Under
Halo
Fire
5
ということ
Guardians.
で、
Everyone give it up for him one more time.
次のリストリームの方
We're going to go to a quick ad break, but we'll be right back. Stick around.
いらっしゃったら、これで、あれなんですけど。